If your Mini Cooper's giving a warning of reverse lamp malfunction, turn signal malfunction, and tail lamp malfunction, then this video is for you. If you're only seeing one of those warnings, then the good news is it's probably just a burned out light bulb. If you're getting all three, then I'll walk you through how to make the repair. Currently, as you can see, none of my tail lights are working on the right hand side. So let's open the trunk and take a look at those lights. To remove the unit, you'll need to pinch the side clips to release it and then pull it towards the front of the car. I already have the replacement part ordered, so I knew exactly where to pinch. If you're receiving just one of the warning notices, then you can check to see which bulb does not light up and replace it. If you're receiving all three warnings, then none of the bulbs should be lighting up and we need to replace the light bulb housing assembly. Remove the car's wire harness connector from the light bulb housing assembly by pushing in on the gray tab and pulling up on the connector. As you can see, one of the connectors had a bad connection and burned the plastic on the clip connector. Here's what it should look like. If you're just replacing the bulb, you'll want to push down gently and rotate the bulb 45 degrees so that the clip on the bulb can be released. If you need to order just the bulb or the full taillight housing assembly, I have Amazon links for both in the description of this video. The reason I need a new taillight housing assembly is because you can see that the connection pin is melted. Here's what the replacement housing looks like. Amazon links to the taillight housing kit are in the description of this video. I'm going to remove all the wires on the new wire harness connector, except for the one wire that aligns to the burned wire on the car. To release the wires on the harness connector, push the purple tab to the right to unlock it. To remove the wires, push on the release tab with a small flathead screwdriver and then pull the wires out. Once you have all the wires removed on the new connector, remove the wires one by one on the burned connector and place those into the new connector one at a time. I started with the wire closest to the purple tab. That way I knew which direction to work, and you're sure that the wires are in the correct position. There's also a small rubber plug. I used a paper clip to remove it and then placed it on the new connector. Last but not least, here is the burned wire. You can see where it overheated. We need to connect the burned wire to the wire on the new harness connector. I'm going to use a wire nut to join the two wires. You'll need wire strippers to expose about half an inch of wire on the car's burned wire so that you can twist it into the wire nut. I like to pre-twist just so that it's already started before placing it into the wire nut. Once you twist on the wire nut, you can use electrical tape to help insulate the wire nut and to keep the wires close. I also like to use additional electrical tape a few inches from the wire nut to provide additional support just so the wires don't try to come apart. Now it's time to check to see if our repair worked. As you can see, I did have one burned out bulb, so it is worth buying the kit that comes with replacement bulbs because you might as well just switch out the bulbs since it only takes an additional minute. My Amazon links to the bulb and replacement kits are in the description of this video.